All right, evening, guys. Thank you for coming through this evening. Monday night's graveyard shift. Listen, Friday night. That's why we don't do Friday nights. But Monday nights, I'm glad to see you all here this evening. I'm going to spend the next sort of 40, 50 minutes with you talking about DuePoint. That's what you're here for this evening. And for those of you who've tuned in live, thank you for tuning in and welcome to our discussion around DuePoint. The first thing to know and understand around DuePoint is that we are a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a licensed and listed life, short, and medical insurance company, first founded in 1952. We're 66 years old this year. So this is not a new startup. This is not something that we've started in our garage somewhere. This is a well-established financial services company in South Africa. And I want you to get a little bit of confidence around that because, actually, in the last week, things have led to a lot more confidence in South Africa. So this is another thing that we can add to our confidence. If a week ago, I think we would have had no confidence about anything. But right now, I want you to be confident in who you're dealing with this evening. This is not a fly-by-night. It's not something that's flown in and is going to fly out again with all your money. We are a well-established South African company. You can, of course, go and take a look at all of our licenses next to the front door. They're all there, and you can find them all online if you're not with us here this evening. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number there if you want to look us up on the website, on the FSB's website. Now, remember to look us up under Constantia and not under DuePoint. We're just a division of Constantia. We had people go and search for DuePoint before and then call us in saying, you've been lying to us. You're not on the website, the FSB's website. No, we are. Look us up under the right things. You'll find us under the JSC, or on the JSC, you will find us under Conduit Capital as well. Folks, the team here as well, we want you to know and trust because we're going to spend a lot of time with you here. We've got all the requisite skills, chartered accountants, designs guys, sales guys. Sometimes we go into more detail about us, but what we really want you to know is that we are a South African team right here for you. Monday through Saturday, you can find us in this building. You don't have to search for us all over the world any time of the day, just about Monday through Saturday, you'll find us in this building. So we want you to have confidence in what we are talking about this evening. So what is it that we do at DuePoint? Well, our primary objective, the reason for our existence, ladies and gentlemen, is to create and put in the hands of South Africans a tool that they can use and control themselves to create regular, reliable, and stable income. Now, people get confused about that. They think by the end of this presentation that because we're an insurance company, we're here selling products. No, we can do that through any one of our divisions, our UMAs, our brokerages. We didn't need DuePoint to do that. No, DuePoint's purpose and objective is for you. We have created it specifically to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. We place a tool in your hands, and this tool, we hope, has been designed correctly to change your economic position, not just for now, but permanently as you move forward. It is a tool that we believe is going to create that financial stability and recurring nature of income that so far we've only been able to achieve through full-time employment and starting our own businesses, something that is failing us in the current economy. Now, our hope is that with this tool in your hands, you're going to be able to start fixing those things you can't control. What are the things you can't control right now? One, your own income. Even if you're full-time employed, you have no control over your income. Don't be fooled into believing that you do. First of all, someone else told you how much you were going to earn the day you started your job. Someone else is telling you what increase you're going to get. And last year, average increase across the country, 4%. Okay, 4%. And someone else is going to tell you what bonus you get and whether you are still hired tomorrow morning or not. You have no control over your income. You also don't have any control over our current economic climate. I don't know if any of you have run into Parliament lately and said, I've got the next economic policy for South Africa and this is what it is. Whether anyone let you in or even bothered to listen to you. No, we are spectators in our economy. And this might sound like a marketing pitch. I promise you it isn't. This is the reality for 99% of us in South Africa. We're just spectators. We sit on the sidelines and we watch the prices increase every single week, every single month. Not annually anymore. Do you remember when it used to be? You got the annual price increase. Now it's the weekly price increase. Go to Checkers, go to Woolworths, go to anywhere, go to a car dealership. And week on week, we watch the prices rise and rise and rise. But we got no way of increasing our income to meet that expenditure. And at the same time, we see a gap forming, a gap that gets bigger and bigger between what we're earning and what we need to survive on and ultimately what we would like to aspire to. We just don't have any mechanism to close that gap. And so, as South Africans, we became professional debtors. That's what we did. We went out and we invented every possible way of getting debt and leveraging our income. Average South Africans nearly got 300,000 rands worth of debt. The average, hey? You've got to think about that. There are 10 million unemployed but potentially economically active South Africans. 10 million. They have zero debt. So of the remaining 10 million, all right, we have so much debt that when we include the 10 million unemployed, they still all have 300,000 rand on average debt left. It's crazy the amount of debt we have as the average South African. We've invented ways to fill that gap between what we earn and what we need to survive in South Africa. Now, of course, we know that debt's just a poison. It just ultimately destroys every aspect of our personal economic position. It never, ever leads to freedom. And the joy is so fleeting and so momentary as we purchase things that it is certainly not worth what comes, the price that comes with debt. And so, again, like I said, we hope that this tool will be able to replace that bridge, that gap that you're filling. We want to use this tool to do it. And if we do that, well, we hope that we not only get to meet your expenditure, but we take you beyond it. We allow you to start aspiring again. That's our primary objective at DuePoint. Our secondary objective at DuePoint is to create a company that plugs its customers into the heart of our business. We use all the latest technology, and it means that you're in contact with us 24 hours a day. No other financial services company can offer you that at the moment, where you're actually plugged into the heart of our business anywhere in the world 24 hours a day. We also hope to open up a bit of a window where you can see into what is arguably the most regulated industry in the country and see how it works. Open up a window to the mechanics of this industry. Those two objectives is what we launched DuePoint on. And it's those two objectives that we've used to create what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system is very simple. What it does is it allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has one task: not selling, not advertising, not marketing, not advising. None of these things. This is not what you have seen before. The one task you are left with is the task of simply connecting individuals to us. By connecting people to us, you create new distribution for us, new penetration into the South African market. We then, as DuePoint, come along and facilitate the purchase of our products. Now, when we do that successfully, obviously we create revenue, and that revenue results in that recurring extra income that we've created for you. Now, it is recurring. It is not here today and gone tomorrow income. This is what you get everywhere else. Every other system that is not full-time employment results in you earning some months and not earning in others. Most of the time, it means that you're expending money and not earning anything. Now, we have completely changed that in our system. The foundational stone of our system is the fact that it had to be recurring income. It had to. And therefore, we use financial services and lifestyle products that run on automatic debit order systems. You do not run to your friends every month and beg them to buy your product again, like you do perhaps in other systems. There's no bootloads of milkshakes and cleaning agents and all sorts of things like that. Here, it's a simple process where we automatically raise the debit orders every month. And where they are paid, your income comes in reliably, stably, and hopefully for the rest of your life as you build with us. Now, we layer that system with your ability to leverage yourself. Right now, you cannot leverage yourself. If you're working in full-time employment particularly, it's only you that can generate your income. Everyone around you is your competition. There's only so many spots you can be promoted into, and everybody's competing for them. In the DuePoint system, you're able to leverage the time and energy of others in creating teams, we call them channels here, that work towards greater success for you and themselves in our system. This results ultimately in a system that generates income 24 hours a day. No system you can do by yourself will create income 24 hours a day. But that's what this one does. Now, what's important to note is that this is not employment. People get confused about this. They think we're hiring or recruiting here. That's not what we're doing. We have a tool. We put it in your hands. You leave here completely independent of us, and you decide what you're going to do with this tool, whether you're going to use it for 15 minutes a week, an hour a week, or not at all. It's completely up to you what you do in this system. You do not need to feel like you're tied to us here at DuePoint. It is a zero-risk decision this evening to become a wealth engineer. We have purposefully designed the system that there is no financial loss for you. In every other system that I know of in South Africa, when you reach the door, you are not allowed in until you have paid. In the DuePoint system, there are no startup costs, no monthly fees, no application form fees, no starter guides or starter kits that you have to buy, and certainly no dollar-based monthly subscriptions that you have to pay. Here at DuePoint, There is none of those costs involved. There is no cost at all in becoming a wealth engineer. By being a DuePoint product owner, you're automatically a wealth engineer with no additional premium to your cost at all and at DuePoint. And so, folks, don't think you're making a risk decision this evening. In addition, because you're not selling, you're not advising, you're not intermediaries or brokers or marketing or any of this, it means that everybody, despite their educational qualification, can be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. All working towards the end of creating an asset for themselves. Now, we hear that term bandied about quite a lot on the internet. People always promising work from home, create an asset, and generally it's not true. You don't get to create an asset. But at DuePoint, because we create recurring income, income that's there every single month, you're in a position now where you can price your channel. That means you've got an asset. And assets can be sold and transferred. At DuePoint, your channel will be transferred to your children when you pass away one day. We are purposefully building generational legacy at DuePoint. The income that you create, the channel that you make during your lifetime will be handed over to your children when you pass away, and they will earn on the income that you have created. A monthly recurring income. They can choose then to take that asset and grow it even further if they want to. That's what proper assets are. And they can then transfer it onto their your grandchildren one day as well, and so on and so on. This is not a lifetime business. It's a generational business that we have created here at DuePoint. Folks, this is a system of complete convenience for you. We understand all the things you don't like doing. You don't like selling to your friends. You don't like carrying stock around and having to buy it and sell it and promote it. All of that's been eradicated from our system. We also know that you don't like presenting. No problem. You never, ever get to present at DuePoint. In fact, we contract you out of these things. There's only 2 of us that present at DuePoint, and that's Rob and myself. And tonight is a lucky night for you because I'm much better than Rob. So you've picked a good night to come on. You never, ever get to present in the DuePoint system. Using our technology, we are always in your pocket, ready to do the presentation for you. Now, that leaves you with just the one task of connecting individuals to us. So how do you do that? Well, there's one of 4 ways of connecting people to DuePoint. The first way, go to our information counter, pick up one of our USB sticks, it's 170 Rand, and you've got our presentation in your pocket. You can plug it into a smart TV or a computer or a laptop, and we're there doing the presentation for you. You can come to our auditorium as the second way. If you live in Gauteng or in this region, come and bring your guests and acquaintances here 6 days a week. Night times, lunch times, mornings, we do this presentation. Look at our website, find a time that accommodates you, and come along and we'll do the presentation. Third way, your most important way of connecting us to DuePoint, or connecting your guests to DuePoint, is through our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search DuePoint channel, you'll find every single presentation we've ever done there. Pick your favorite ones. Click them midnight at night, 3 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of the day, whenever you want, wherever you are, click play. There we are doing the presentation to you and your guests. And then the last way of connecting people to us here is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations, Monday through Saturday, is live broadcasts around the country. If you've got a phone, a tablet, a computer, a smart TV, and it's connected to the internet, you click play when we're live, and we are live in the room with you. Live in the room with you. It is a system of absolute convenience. In fact, it eradicates all the excuses. So whatever list of excuses you had this evening to get out of having been brought here by your friend, we've eliminated all of them. We have purposefully went. Remember, when we sat down, the last thing we wanted to do was form a network marketing company. That was the last. We did not want to sell soaps and cool drinks and all that. Was so we went through it and we redesigned an entire system that does not include any of those things. That is where you are. Now, as you connect individuals with us, some of them are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. Unfortunately, not everybody. Not everybody buys it. Okay? Not everybody understands what we've done here, but some of them will. And when they do, they become wealth engineers, and we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. Now, these folk are going to go out and do exactly the same thing. They're going to connect individuals to us. Some will catch the vision, become wealth engineers, and again, we allocate them to you. This process repeats itself over time. And the more time you put in, the further it develops. And it's incredible. This is an actual diagram of how our channels grow at DuePoint. It is phenomenally organic to see how channels are created at DuePoint. We then come along. You having penetrated a new corner of the South African economy for us, we come along as DuePoint and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, and your income is now born. Now, what's very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is not a pyramid scheme. It is not a Ponzi scheme. It is not any scheme, shape, or form, and it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, which generally comes as the biggest disappointment for most people. Given the desperation of people in South Africa, that is what they come here for, hoping to find a get-rich-quick scheme. No, folks, unfortunately, given the fact that we're listed, we're licensed, we're regulated, and we've been around as an insurance company for 66 years, we haven't put together something and snuck it past everyone. No, this is genuine income earning. And because it's genuine income earning, it comes at a price. And that price is time. This is a machine that puts time in and converts it into money. That's what it does. It very much does that, which means, though, that you have to pour time into it. If you put nothing into this tool, nothing comes out the other side. And it means that it takes lots of time to change your future, but it really does. It changes and levers a different kind of future for you because of its recurring income nature. If it was one of these things where you had to sell and get 10 Rand and then sell and get 50 Rand, that would not change the future for you. But because this is recurring income, lifetime potential income, an entire new future is bent for you through the use of this tool. Now, we reward you in two ways in the DuePoint system. In fact, let me get to that in a minute. What we do in the channels that you've created is we now facilitate the purchase of our products as DuePoint. We have 3 products that we facilitate the purchase of. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan is 324 Rand a month. And for 324 Rand a month, you actually get 2 independent products. The first is your very own tax-free investment account. Now, it's a no notice period, no restriction or penalty fee account. It means whatever money you put in there is immediately available to you. Immediately. Which means that the actual cost of this product, because we take 100 Rand of it and we put it in this investment account every month for you, is only 224 Rand a month, because the other 100 Rand is yours. It's immediately yours. Now, this is not a savings account, ladies and gentlemen. It's an investment account. You don't get interest on your money here. You are now a stockholder in the economy, a shareholder in the South African economy. This money is taken and it's invested onto the South African Stock Exchange and beyond. That puts you now in a very interesting position of ownership in South Africa. Now, for the remaining 224 Rand, you get the second product, which is our 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. 120,000 Rand. This means that if you pass away from an accident, you're not only going to get your beneficiaries, are not only going to get the value of your investment, but they're going to get 120,000 Rand on top of that. This is very powerful. We knew that for many people investing money, they could die early. They could be investing for a year and then pass away, and they got a couple thousand Rand in their investment account. That does not save their families from the passing of a breadwinner. We've added the 120,000 Rand so that they get a proper payout when their breadwinner passes away. Now, the second product we have is our Wealth Card product. It's 299 Rand a month, and for that, you get 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Again, you pass away from an accident, your beneficiaries get 1.2 million Rand. That's enough to pay for educations, pay off home loans, pay off car loans, settle debt, and prepare them for a future without you, the breadwinner, in their household. Now, what's very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that we do not cover death via illness or natural causes in any of our products. Remember, our primary objective here at DuePoint was the creation of income in your hands. If you bring people in here and we have to underwrite them, risk assess them for their illnesses, their circumstances, their age, what they earn, what their job is, half the South African economy is going to be priced out of DuePoint, and they're not going to be able to get into your channels and grow your income for you. We could have added anything we like. We're a full-blown insurance company. I could make this Rolls-Royce insurance and say for 10,000 Rand a month, I'll cover you for everything. How many people could afford 10,000 Rand? No, and that is not our objective. Our objective is to get people into your channels and create income for you. All right, now our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. As a member of our Buyers Club for 299 Rand a month, you get access to our entire list of suppliers. Now, we go as a 7-decade-old insurance company, and we negotiate prices and discounts and vouchers and specific account managers on all sorts of suppliers for you. We get the prices and packages that you could never get as individuals because we're a corporate. You get out there, you use this product, you can completely change your monthly expenditure. Completely change it. Whatever you're spending now, you can reduce it and still get the same amount by being a member of this product. Now, people get confused. They think the $299 is like refundable. No, it's not. That is your membership fee. You now get the full extent of that list of supplies that you can use every month. It's not like some of the programs out there where you actually have to go to the gym and earn points and drink coffee at the coffee shops. And here you pay the $2.99, you get the whole host. We're constantly adding suppliers. We've got grocery stores in there, retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, travel agents, entertainment. We've got it all in there. And just recently, this Saturday, we launched our latest supplier, which I believe is in here. Jaguar, Range Rover, Land Rover joined us as one of our selected suppliers. How awesome is that? You go there now, you get DuePoint specials, account managers, all sorts, and they're of course nationwide, so you can get them anywhere. Is that not awesome? Did we increase the price of our membership for adding them? No. You get all of these and more suppliers. We add 3 or 4 suppliers a year to this list that's already there. You can completely change your expenditure with our WealthPoint program. So that's really awesome. So people say to me, Brendan, how do we fund this whole system? It doesn't seem to make sense to me. Well, what it is really a redirection of the flow of funds. In the traditional insurance and banking space, what do? We advertise to you. Hundreds of millions of rands. In fact, I was listening to a talk recently where they were talking about the average business in the United States of America, the average major corporate, spends $500 million a year advertising right now. Can you believe it? I never knew it was that large. The major corporations spend, on average, $500 million, including guys like McDonald's. We all know McDonald's. Why do they need to spend $500 million just in the U.S. advertising? Absolutely incredible. We spend in South Africa just over R1 billion a year in the insurance and banking space advertising to you just to get you to connect with us. How do we afford that? Nobody ever asks that question. They seem like it's legit. No, well, it is legit. Of course, we plug it into the price of your products. When you pay for your funeral cover, when you pay for your banking fees or your life insurance or your car insurance, 30 to 50% of that is next month's marketing cost. I know, I used to do the pricing of the products. Every month, half of your payment is going to the adverts that you're going to see on TV, etc. the next month. Now, of course, at DuePoint, we've done exactly the same thing. We've priced this model into your product payments. But instead of us spending all that money on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, and all of these guys, that cash, that portion of the payment is now available to you and your channel in the system. It's a simple redirection of the flow of funds that we create here at DuePoint. All right, so there's 2 ways that we now lever a different kind of future for you at DuePoint. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product that's paid for in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. That sounds a bit complicated. It's quite simple. You go out, you chat to a couple of your friends. They come in, some of them become wealth engineers, they pay for their product, you introduce them, so you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand, 21st century money. Okay? 55 Rand, not per person who watched the presentation. Geez, I've seen every version of this. Per product. Now that's brilliant for you, because it means that each one of these individuals can take more than one product. If they take 2 products, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3 products and pay for all 3, you get 165 Rand per person that pays for their products. This is much better than the systems that are out there. Now, these few folk, they go out, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to talk to some of their friends. Some will become wealth engineers. They'll take a product, they'll make their product payment, and when they make their product payment, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand again. In this particular example, you've been here 5 minutes, you've put a handful of people into your channel, and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. Now, you can see how this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. All right, Facebook and Google, they'll promise you 100,000 Rand a month in 90 days. But what we can do is we can get you to 1,000 Rand a month pretty quickly. That's an extra 12 grand a year that you have now generated in the DuePoint system, and your channel is 2 points big. 2 points big, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month extra on top of your salary. Nobody's going to ask you to quit your jobs here. Nobody. This is extra that you have created into your life. These folks go on, you put some more time and energy into your channel, it continues to grow. You now earn on a diminishing basis, but only to the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you have unlimited potential. From the 8th point on, as long as you qualify to earn, you are always going to earn 4% of R27.50, not for each person you show to the presentation, not for each person who becomes a wealth engineer, for every product that is paid in your channel. Where you qualify to earn on those points, you will get 4% of R27.50. You can build a channel that's 25 points big, 50 points big. Hand it over to your children when you pass away, and they can build a channel 100 points big. As long as they qualify to earn, you're going to be earning on that entire channel. You have unlimited growth potential at DuePoint. Now, go to our YouTube channel. Watch the video. There's a 6-minute video on how to qualify. Understand how to do it. I laugh sometimes. We talk to people. They come in here. They get excited. They start building. And I say, have you qualified to earn? And they say, I don't know what that means. So I said, how do you qualify? No, we just keep pushing. We just keep pushing. I promise you, pushing here, you can push and pull here. You won't qualify unless you know how to qualify. Go to YouTube, watch the training video. When you know how to qualify, you will know you have unlimited potential here at DuePoint. Right, what does that translate to practically? How much can you expect to earn with the DuePoint system? Impossible for me to tell you, because every one of you is going to build at a different rate. What do we know? 80-20 rule exists everywhere in the universe. 80% of you this evening are going to walk out of here without the tool. You're going to tell me you weren't happy with the presentation and are not interested. So there's nothing that you're going to earn. But 20% of you, you'll have to take a vote afterwards to see who's the 20%. 20% of you want to pick up this tool and completely change your future, all at a different rate. Now, we took 20 years of data. We worked out averages. We did a whole lot of maths, and we came up with what we think is a reasonable and conservative set of milestones that you can use to gauge your performance at DuePoint. We used a growth formula we call the 3+2 growth formula. And what does it say? It says in your first month, you as a new wealth engineer, you particularly, have to put 3 people onto your first point. Just 3 in an entire month. We feel like that's reasonable. 3 people in a month. And then we said every month thereafter, you've got to put 2 people in. 1 every 2 weeks. Again, we feel like this is very conservative, particularly with what's going on out there. 2 people every month. If you can do that persistently and consistently, not 2 this month and nothing for next month and 1 the 3rd month and then 2 in the 5th. No, 2 every month, including Christmas and Easter. If you can do that, we believe that this is a reasonable set of milestones that you can follow. If you can do that for 6 months, we reckon you'll be conservatively on about 2,500 Rand a month with us. That's 30,000 Rand a year that you have just added to your household. Remember, it's not once off. It's each month now you're earning around 2,500 Rand. Now, that increases the more time and effort you put in. If you can build that to 12 months, persistently putting 2 people in each month on your first point, we reckon you can conservatively expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year that you have added to your household income, and you've done that in 1 year with DuePoint. Now, it really doesn't matter how much you earn. An extra 10 grand changes everything, does it not? Think about what 10 grand in the middle of the month would feel like for you. I've said it before, it's like oxygen. You can just imagine, on the middle of the month, 10 grand, Think of the debt that is repaid on 10 grand. Think of the expenditure covered, the school fees covered, insurances that can be purchased on just 10 grand. That's this time next year. That's this time next year for the 20% of people who pick up the tool and work consistently with it. That's what it is. Now, if you can do the first year, and that's the tricky bit, because this is where the 80% is going to fall out, is in here. But if you can push through, which you will do if you survive the first year, and do a second year, building your channel at +2 every month, we reckon that after 2 years, you are reasonably and conservatively can estimate that you're on about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. 360,000 Rand a year. Now, don't look at this number and go, oh, it's just a number on a board. No, this is bigger than most South Africans will ever earn in their lives. We know this. Average income in South Africa, 4,500 Rand. Most people will not earn. 2 years with us here, working persistently and consistently, and you should be on around about that. Everything already changed. If you've got a full-time job, you still got it at this point. You just get an extra 30,000 Rand in the middle of the month, each month. Now, can you do 3 years? You will if you've done 2, and I promise you on 30,000, you'll keep going. 3 years in, that number should look like about 40 to 45,000 Rand a month. 45,000 Rand a month, it's about 600,000 a year. If you can do 4 years, which you will do after 3, you should be on about 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, 5 years, you should be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. Now, this is not marketing, ladies and gentlemen. This is simple mathematics at its most conservative. In the DuePoint system, anybody who persists and works just consistently should reasonably expect to be on R1 million a year in 5 years from now. So we get different responses. Most people say that's too long. That's a problem with us South Africans. Because we've been so desperate for so long, we want that now. Folks, no one can create that for you now. They might tell you they can on Facebook and Google and everywhere else, but it's not real. We are creating lifetime income. Remember, this doesn't stop here. This is not the end. This carries on. It's monthly recurring income, which means you're going to have to work for 5 years for it and beyond. You could work for 20 years if you wanted. The math doesn't stop. It keeps going. This is extra income you've created that now bends a very different kind of economic future for you. Other people say to me, Brendan, this is just a marketing pitch. It's maths. You can make an number look like anything you like. Well, it's not, actually. We've gone and we've had enough time now at DuePoint to know that people can achieve this. We've already had people achieve this in our first 2 years. So if you can do it in 2, you can definitely do it in 5. But every month, we bring up a handful of people from all over the country, some doing well, some doing slowly. We just get a handful up, and every month we show people, other people, using the tool at DuePoint. Here's this month's selection. We've got Mike and Vilna. Mike and Vilna joined us 2 years ago. They're part of the 1+1 Club. I tease them about that because they're running at exactly half the rate. Half the rate. 2 years in, they're earning 10,000 Rand a month. They should have done that in the first year. But they didn't have time. They were running their own business. They don't have time. This is hobby income. Hobby income. And Mike is only too happy to get an extra 10 grand a month from us now. Doesn't matter that he took 2 years. He's getting it now. The 10,000 Rand every month. He says it'll be on 20 by the end of this year, and I believe him. I believe him. It'll be on 20. Only too happy to do that in our system. You will determine the outcome of your income at DuePoint. You, no one else. Then we've got Simagele, Tembisa, who's got a big team down in KZN, Newcastle, and that team has built with her an income in 11 months of 13,000 Rand a month. I said after a year you should be on 9 to 10. 11 months, she's on 13. And still going. And still going. Then we've got Malcolm and Rena van Straten. 2 years with us. Building their channel. Rena's a full-time nurse. No free time. Hey, any of you know what a full-time nurse looks like? Well, we had one here in the audience the other night. She was on her lunch break. 6:30. I was teasing her about that. You know you don't have time. 2 years of building. 28,000 Rand a month. 360,000 Rand a year. 360,000. Life is completely different. Completely different. 2 years in. 2 years in. You determine your outcome here at DuePoint. You do. It's a tool. You're independent of us. And it puts time in and converts it into cash. You put no time in, no cash comes out. You quit putting time in, no cash comes out. You have to pay the price of time at DuePoint. Folks, you can go to our YouTube channel and see there must be close to 100 testimonies there now. Just the samples we've taken up over the year, over the months. Just putting a handful every month on stage. Go and look at the people. Earning all sorts of amounts. We don't have to put the high flyers up. This is not one of those things. We got some people earning 3 grand, 15 grand, 30 grand, 70 grand, and beyond. They're all there. Go to the YouTube channel. Have a watch. See how they're using the returns program that we have created here at DuePoint. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the DuePoint system. That's the DuePoint system. It's a system of creating income for you that does not require you to run around with a bucky full of goodies. No, this is a system that we're hoping is going to change the lives of South Africans. Now, if you want to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. No risk. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, click the apply button, fill the form out, and you're a wealth engineer. No money having parted from your hands. And you can start building your channel tonight with it. Now, if you're serious, get the tools. Get the USB stick with the presentation on it before you go tonight. Or order it at info@DuePoint.net. Order them. We'll have it delivered to you. But you need to be serious if you want to build a different kind of future for yourself. Get the USB stick. The presentation is now in your pocket. Get the backup batteries. All of your phones, I'll bet you're on like 7% right now. If I pulled all your phones out, I'll bet you're on 7%. Am I right? Yeah? And so when you're trying to get somebody to fill out the application form on your phone to become a wealth engineer, do you want your phone to die? No. Get the battery. And then you can put it on the table and people go, what's DuePoint? Where'd you get that battery from? And your conversation is alive. Get the business cards. 645 Rand, you get 500 business cards that would normally cost you 5 grand. It would normally cost you 5 grand because that's how high quality they are. But because we can order them in bulk, we get them for you at 645 Rand. Your personal custom-made business cards. Get serious if you want to get change your future with the DuePoint system. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free, and it's your #1 form of connection with us. Guys, you have to use YouTube if you're going to do this business. Subscribe there. You'll know when we go live every day. You'll know when we upload videos, and we do it all the time here at DuePoint. It is your #1 tool. Download our app from any of the app stores, except for Microsoft. Nobody uses Microsoft. But download the app. It's free. Use our free Wi-Fi here. But wherever you are, get it on your phone, your tablet, or your computer. I think some of them will run them on your computer. It plugs you straight into your channel here at DuePoint. It is a real-time app. You'll see second by second what is going on in your channel every day. It's got your tools on there and your training. Again, talking to the guys tonight, watch the training. This is not the same as what you've done before. Do not believe you know how to do this. It's not what you've done before. Just get on the app, click the training, understand how this business works. Your personal documentation, so if you want your product documents, it's on your app. And your details are there. You can change your details on there as well. The app is critical in your growth here at DuePoint. And then, folks, a couple of things that I want you to do. You get excited about it. We have people run out of here and they go and do all the wrong things. I want you to do the right things. First of all, read the code of conduct. But if you don't remember everything there, I want you to remember these 5 things. And these next 3 things are a good filter for you to use as well when introducing people to DuePoint. The first thing, do not become a wealth engineer if you cannot afford to be a wealth engineer. Folks, there are costs involved in this business. You're going to be using data. We're completely online. No paper brochures or application forms, okay? You're going to be moving around, connecting people. There's transport costs, etc., etc. There are costs involved. If this is going to make your situation worse, don't become a wealth engineer. Don't become a wealth engineer if you don't know how to use a computer or the internet. Everything is online here. This is the 21st century. If you don't know how to use a smartphone or a computer and have no access to the internet, you won't be able to do this business. And then thirdly, if you struggle with transport, you're going to struggle connecting people to DuePoint. You want to have ready access to public transport or your own car. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to connect people to DuePoint. All right. Now, if you can do all of those things, and that's a good filter for you to use as well, then and you become a wealth engineer, the number one thing I don't want you to do is to fill out the application form on behalf of somebody else. This is a contract with us at DuePoint. It is illegal for you to fill the application form out on behalf of someone else. You can go to jail. It's an act of fraud. You're going to sign off terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer. You're going to sign off terms and conditions of your products, and you're going to give me permission to debit your bank account. You cannot do that on behalf of somebody else. Everyone must fill their own application forms out. And then, folks, don't add any direct family members to your channel. They live in the same house as you. Husbands and wives work together under one W number, one registration with us, okay? If you've got kids, aunts, and uncles in your house, kick them out. Kick them out. If they're outside your house, they can be in your channel. If they're inside your house, they can't. It's an anti-fraud mechanism, and we won't allow it. And then, folks, we free you from any form of advertising. You do not need to advertise DuePoint or our products anywhere. Use your personal social media pages to engage with people about the opportunity. Never talk about our products. That's not what we do here, and it's illegal for you to do it. Do not go and start DuePoint pages. If you were here on Saturday morning, you saw that grid that Rob put up. And we can't close those pages down. Those people have come and gone, set up a DuePoint page and left, and we cannot get it closed down. Can you handle it? Do not advertise DuePoint. Use your social media to engage with people about the opportunity to create income here at DuePoint. That's it. And then, folks, don't send people to the head office or to other presentations and hope other people will look after them. Take responsibility for the people you're putting in your channels. Otherwise, you'll lose them in our system. That's a couple of things that I want you to remember about us. Now, as part of our program here of helping you start and helping you progress are what we call wealth quests. We run them every month. They're little pieces of training. And where you can do and complete the criteria in these quests, we reward all of you, everyone who completes the criteria, with tools that we know are going to help you grow your channel. Some months it's iPads, iPhones, TVs, cash, data, Wi-Fi routers, all sorts of things. They're different every month. You can set up a whole toolkit here at DuePoint by completing these wealth quests. This month's wealth quest, the Triple Lightning Qualifier, I hope that a whole bunch of you are pushing for it this month. It's probably one of the best ones we've ever done. You've got to find at least 3 people, get them qualified by the end of the month. Watch the training video. Okay, get them qualified by the end of the month. Everybody paid and in, and you get to choose this month from one of 3 of these tools. You can pick your very own Apple iPhone, not some Hong Kong thing from William Nicol Main Road intersection. Big, smart LED TV, big one, not for watching movies on, for watching the DuePoint presentation on, okay? And your very own Apple iPad. Any of you know how much these things cost? Will understand the value of this quest this month. You should be burning the midnight oil trying to get these quests done because this is such an awesome one to start our year off with. So guys, good luck, go for it over there. Now, tomorrow night is probably one of the most key events of our month. Every month we run what we call a Tell All Tuesday. Remember those folk that I showed you there that were on the stage? Tomorrow we're going to have a brand new set that are coming up that have been working around the country. We've got them representing 3 different provinces, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 3 different provinces representing tomorrow night. It is going to be incredible. It is one of the best evenings of the month. All my wealth engineers, wherever you are, I hope your channels are going crazy, getting your guys here and watching live. Wherever you are around the country, fill the rooms. It's going to be so powerful hearing the testimonies of people using this tool and changing their lives at DuePoint. It's tomorrow night, 6:30. Make sure you're here to watch it. So that, folks, is how DuePoint works. Now, we understand that many of you don't know how to do this. That's one of the, remember I told you we've eradicated all the excuses here. We have. We know people go, that's fine, but I don't know how to do this. It's not a problem. We have what we call our XP Rewards training program. And our training program is designed to take you from beginner to expert. Take you from someone who's never done anything like this before and turn you into an expert here at DuePoint. And what we do is we put you through a series of steps and programs. And as you complete those steps, we give you what's called XP points, experience points. Okay? These are not worth rands and cents. Don't let anybody tell you that. They're simply a measure of how experienced you are here at DuePoint. Now, naturally, as you complete the training, you're going to be gaining experience. Your channel is going to grow. And where your channel grows and you meet the criteria of channel size and experience, we rank you up. You can't be a beginner forever. You've got to start moving through the program. And as you move through the program, as you rank up, we reward you. This is in addition to those returns we were talking about. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. A little bit of cash you can get in the first few weeks with us. As you get a little bit more experienced and a little bit bigger, well, so does the cash rewards that we reward you with. They get pretty serious and beyond. There's 28 points in this program. 28 ranks, okay? So everything you see tonight is in the first third of the program. There's 2/3 still to go in this program. Then, at rank 5 and beyond, we start to reward you with tools. Tools we know are going to help you in growing your channels here at DuePoint. At rank 5, you get an imported lightning memory stick from America, plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa. It's loaded with our presentations, downloads, tools, testimonies, everything you need to connect people wherever you are, whenever you are, to the DuePoint system. Then at rank 7, we get you a 12,500 Rand imported set of business cards. Imported, custom made for you. It takes 6 weeks to get them to you. 6 weeks. Gold gilded. Not gold cokey or print, gold gilded. You must see the thickness of the cards that we had to create in order to get the gold onto it. Okay? These are not these are serious business cards. Gold printed, custom made for you. You get 1,000. You get 1,000 of these cards that we make for you. 1,000 cards. It's going to take you a long time to work through 1,000. And you'll see from these guys, most of whom are here tonight, in fact, all of them are here, except for the one who's down in KZN there, we'll show you what those cards look like. They'll show it to you. You won't be able to touch them, though, but you'll be able to see them. Otherwise, you can go to our glass cabinet outside there, have a look through the glass cabinet, and you'll see what a 12,500 Rand set of gold gilded business cards look like. They're yours now. These are yours to connect individuals to DuePoint with. Then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, as a rank 9, every single year, going forward, we will take you away once a year for a week, 5-star business class with your family on a trip. Now, we have to think about that carefully. It's a trip where we go every year. December, every year. Not July when it's winter and cold and cheap. December when it's hot and expensive. When your kids are on school holiday, we go away. Every year with your family. Not by yourself, with your family. All expenses paid. You don't have to, I don't come to you and say, congratulations, you've made rank 9, you just have to buy the air ticket if you want to come with us. Which I've heard is occurring out there. I've also heard people say, no, you've got to pay the airport taxes. Or you've got to pay to transfer yourself to the airport. No. This is all expenses paid from your door and back to your door for you and your family. This is our baby holiday. This is what it looks like.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand
It looks all right, doesn't it? Oh, I'll be there. Book my ticket. Book my ticket. Where have I heard that before? Will I see you tomorrow? This is the question. Guys, every year that you maintain your channel size, we take away. Every year, not once. And this is an accumulating system. You don't miss it and that's it. You've got to start from scratch on the 1st of January. Everything you build this year is the point at which you start on in January next year. So you might miss this year. And I always laugh at the guys. Around October, they just start losing steam. No, I quit. I'm never going to make it. I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to make it? No, well, it's in December. I said, no, it's every December. Doesn't you keep going because you might miss this December, but you'll come next December. It's one of the 2 guarantees we give. Guarantee number 1, everyone who perseveres will go rank 9. Guarantee number 2, everybody who quits won't go rank 9. Because it's an accumulating system, everybody who perseveres will go rank 9. It's not a competition. There's no lucky draw here. There's no starting from scratch. We are building generational legacy with our system here at DuePoint. Will you be with us here this December? There's enough time. Record to rank 9, 5 months. 5 months we had someone go rank 9. Can you get to rank 9 in 10? I think you can. We've got many people doing it. Will you be joining us at the end of this year? And then rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented to you. You don't finance it through us. We don't give it to you and take it away. I'm giving you all the versions I've heard. No, this is your car. And our hope is that you will use it to build your economic freedom here at DuePoint. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you can see how serious we are here. This is not a network marketing company. This is not a scheme or a shape. This is our belief in an economic solution for South Africa. And we will see that solution play itself out. And we want you to join us as we do that. We want you to join us. If you've got questions and concerns, naturally, come and ask the people who brought you here this evening, or ask me or any of my staff members. We've already answered those questions when we built this system. Look at how much capital, time, and expertise we have put into the DuePoint system. It is available to you tonight at no cost, but it will cost you time if you use this tool. If you want change, 3 months, you're going to be earning nothing. 6 months, you're going to be earning a little bit. A year, and you'll start seeing your life change. Can you form a new habit? Can you last the distance? If you can, your future is completely different with the DuePoint system. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.